I already know some of y'all about to be triggered. All right, I'm triggered. Jeray Malay, the girl from Runaway. We have culture, conversation, and community. And in today's video, I am back with some commentary on a subject that apparently a lot of us in the Black community are interested in, that of love outside of our race. If you're new here, hi, welcome. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and stick around, okay? I made a video about 11 months ago, pretty much outlining why Black men don't date Black women. And although that video doesn't have 1 million views yet, okay, it's one of those videos that I still get comments on, like, to this day, and emails sometimes even, outlining pretty much how Black women ain't shit. If y'all knew how to treat a man, I mean, like, we can all guess who were behind some of those comments, right? But let us not forget the flip side of the comment coin, because on the other hand, I got a lot of comments pretty much just saying stuff like, I'm a white man and I would love to date a Black female, or, you know, Black women are so beautiful to me, which, I mean, is like equally cringe, right? But honestly, just based on the amount of like engagement in the comments, like if you guys go check that video out, like I really had to delete a lot of comments. Like that's a video that I really kind of stay up on, because the comments sometimes get crazy. I mean, like I'm talking like, shut your ghetto gagger. I literally didn't even know what a ghetto gagger is. Don't Google it, kids. But girl, like they dragged me for filth on this. So it's safe to say I struck a nerve with that. And really what I was just trying to do was illustrate how Black men say, I don't prefer to date Black women, what that truly means. I mean, I was talking as a Black woman speaking to other Black women, but girl, they were just so triggered by, you know, it's my preference, you know. Don't we love that word, prefer, girl? We just love the preference word. We love it here. Anyways, men who have this whole rhetoric of, oh, I prefer to date outside of my race. It's my choice. It's my right. You know, a lot of people just act like it just came out of thin air, when we all know that our preferences are rooted in our biases, and our biases are not our own. I feel like those type of biases are, you know, founded and stimulated by the powers that be, that pretty much throws all of this Eurocentric BS down our throats. And with years and years of this without proper, you know, awareness, so to speak, it somehow gets regurgitated into our mind as a preference, right? But I don't want to get all deep and ethereal on y'all, so I'm gonna just keep it cute. But we can give this video a thumbs up if you're interested in seeing that. Also, just give this video a thumbs up in general, girl. Because listen, I'm in a background. I'm in a different background if you're new here. I usually don't film in this area. But I already know that this blackboard is very, very crooked. I know that already. So you don't have to comment. I know. I just haven't had a chance to fix it. So that's just what it is. Sometimes you just got to let things be what they are. So I'm sorry if you're a person that's like, oh my gosh, let's get on my nerve. Like, you just want to, I want to do that all the time. I just haven't made the time. So please forgive me. So enough with the small talk. Let's just jump right into this triggering conversation, shall we? All right, so boom. It's like, nah, let me stop for real. So in my first video, which I will link in the description and probably somewhere up top, I tried to give a little bit of historical context about Black women and their beauty and femininity and all of these good things. But y'all wasn't even hearing that, so I figured we just skip all the steps and just get right into the meat and the potatoes, honey. I mean, like, really, what's the point in backing your claims with historical context when I'm just gonna get dragged for filth anyway? Which, by the way, I published that video 11 months ago, and woo, the growth, girl, because I was looking at that video like, my, what a difference a year can make. Anyways, I can't really give y'all any historical context because, like, here's the deal. Black women have always been down for Black men. Like, always. Y'all ever notice, like, during the old slave films, there was always this wild, savage-like beast of a Black man who was trying to prey and, you know, savagely rape a pure, innocent white woman. And opposite of that warped concept is, you know, the Black woman who was, you know, getting raped by her slave owner, and she was resisting and everything like this. And even then, it was put out into the ethers that Black men or Black slaves wanted their white women. Even then, you know what I mean? Like, even back when. think Birth of a Nation. See, here I go, y'all. I can't help myself. And then, like, you know, the black women slaves will be trying to, like, fight the slave owner off, or, you know, she has that one single tear that comes down her eye because she really doesn't want to be with this white man. You know, think of Lupita Nyong'o's character in 12 Years a Slave, right? I forgot the character's name. Which 12 Years a Slave is an actual book. I don't know if a lot of y'all know that. That book is so good. Oh my gosh, it's only like 99¢. Like, buy that, read it, you know, on your audio device or your phone or whatever. It's so good. Oh my God. I actually said 12 Years a Slave was going to be my last slave movie because, you know, I don't put all of that into my mind space. But because it was a real book and it was a real story, I had to, you know, I had to watch it. And it was really good, y'all. I love that movie. Not for, like, you know, whatever. I'm not even about to do it. Oh, I can't help myself. This is what you signed up for when you subscribe here. The shenanigans, okay? Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Anyways, after the black woman slave was raped by her white slave owner, you know, she will always be, you know, saddened by the incident and, you know, even, you know, confiding in her husband or her man or whatever the case. Even if they weren't intimate, she still confided in a black man. Which again, Lupita Nyong'o's character in 12 Years a Slave really kind of speaks to that. But, you know, opposite of that, there's also like this whole bed wench narrative, which I'm not about to get into in this video because y'all niggas don't even appreciate shit like that anyway. But, you know, moving right along. Now, what I'm saying doesn't fully encapsulate the picture, true, but it does give an angle, right? It's a point that even in film that depict the horrors of slavery, the black man was seen to be, you know, in pursuit of the white woman, whereas the black woman was fighting off white man. But nowadays, the black women are done caping, okay? They're like, listen, this is 2021. You know, we held y'all down all through this, all through that, all through this, you know what I mean? And we know that, and I have to talk about history because we know that the Reconstruction period was really crucial to the formation of Jim Crow, and then, you know, white terrorism, of course, and then, you know, black men couldn't find jobs, but black women could as domestics after they burned down all of the, you know, cities that were budding after, you know, or during the Reconstruction period. Black women, we're done. We're not caping for black men any longer. And by caping, I mean, you know, holding a black man down for some of my seasoned watchers over here. I see y'all. Thank y'all for subscribing. So caping pretty much just means like holding black men down when we're not being held down, okay? Basically, new age black women are not waiting for the black man to come and save her and rescue her and affirm her beauty and affirm her status as a feminine woman. A lot of women, especially women who subscribe to the concept of hypergamy, are definitely not checking for black men. And honestly, I don't think it stems from self-hatred like I suggested. You know, the issue with men and their preference did. I think that there just may be a lack of quality black men. I would be remiss not to talk about the huge population that we know that is entrapped in our terrible prison systems here in America. But let's be real about this thing, okay? Let's talk logistics. Black women make up 42% of new women-owned businesses, okay? We all know that we are getting higher levels of education. And, you know, black women, we're just out here doing a thing. Not to mention we're the taste makers, the culture makers out here. We see every type of person, okay, out here emulating what we have naturally. So let's just say we have a black woman seeking to date a man of her status. I mean, like, with the dating pool already being super shallow and terrible, it's safe to say that she may have to dip her toe over into another pond to find a man. I'm just saying. Especially with talking or discussing about finding a man that's equally yoked. Yeah. I mean, not unless, of course, she's trying to date the scammers and the dealers. We ain't even touching that over here because, you know, this ain't that type of video. But if that is you, sis, get it how you live, okay? And if she's into hypergamy a little bit, then listen, it automatically links her to a person with the ultimate privilege in this country, okay? With more resources, okay? Access, lifestyle, shall I continue? And notice I didn't say makes the girl have it, but definitely you're in proximity. It definitely positions you differently. And not even like, you know, not even, people always think it has to be a black or white thing. No, I mean, like, other men of other ethnic groups get more, you know, opportunities than black men. We know that. This is true. Just the same is true with black women and other, you know, women in different races. And not for nothing, maybe dating a man that's outside of your race will afford you the opportunity to not have to unpack all of his emotional baggage. Maybe he shows up in the relationship already emotionally available and ready. Maybe he's a great communicator. And I don't know, if you're new here, maybe check out some of my other videos, stick around. But if you know me, I'm just throwing things at the wall right now, okay? Because I honestly feel like a man is a man is a man, okay? Like, listen, men of all shades, and you already know. But honestly, I feel like black women are waking up to the fact that we have options outside of our race. You know what I mean? Black men, they already been around the world and yah. So, like, it's only fair that, or not even fair, it's only normal for the progression to be black women start doing the same thing. I'm surprised this hasn't been a new trend or a new wave years ago, because listen, it's they've been about that life. And I have to say this, I am not mad. Oh, you're just mad. I'm not bitter. Oh, you're just bitter. I'm not any of those things. Trust and believe. I'm just here to, you know, shake the pot up a little bit. Now, in my original video, I said self-hatred plays a major role, which I still stand by the way. And I'm sure that there's a slither of women who date, outside of their race for that exact same reason, because I've encountered a few self-hating black women, in recent years, and it was very, very telling. Girl, I knew immediately, like, girl, I know your whole rundown. The difference is the roles that we play in relationships as women and then them as men. Maybe some black women feel like they can be more of a woman and submit to a man who's in power and who is empowered, right? I don't know, y'all. I'm curious to get the conversation going. I want to see what y'all got for me, what you think. I'm gonna just end it here because I know this video is about to be super long. There's a few things that I really wanted to discuss that I just didn't get a chance to, because we all know somebody's going to mention the whole bed wench thing. We already know that. Then we also have the idea that, black people are super, like, often fetishized. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah. Oh, she's a beautiful black girl. She's beautiful for a black girl. Whereas, black men, they don't care about that shit. They're probably into race play more than black women are, honestly. I can imagine, like, black men just totally being cool and being fine with being called a nigger as long as their dick is being sucked. Oh, yeah, shove your big black dick in my mouth, you nigger. I can just see that whole scenario being played out. But I also think it's fair to mention that a part of the roles that we're playing here is because of what was put out to us, the propaganda. Like I was mentioning earlier in the video, there was no propaganda about, white slave owners preying sexually against the black slaves. It was always like, they always made it seem like we were so more physically dominant than them. So I think that a lot of those things come into play when we're talking about fetishizing and fetishism, if that's the word. Goes into the fact that they view us as physically dominant. They view us as sexually superior. Okay, let's talk about it. I think, the whole buck breaking situation and scenario, they had to get the biggest black man and kind of, break him down and perform, homosexual acts on him. I know some of y'all gonna drag me with this, but it's just the truth. That was a part of the process. The biggest, strongest black man, who typically had the biggest BBC, okay, is when they would buck break and put them in cabins, or sometimes they would even make them go into like a room and like have sex with their mother, which that's where the term motherfucker comes from, literally. But regardless of the fact, I think that there's roles like and if we were always thought to be as strong as animals and more physically dominant, black men benefit from that because white women, or want them to dominate them, and black men want to dominate something because that is what has been put onto us. We're always so over sexualized. So and then the opposite of that is black women, we're too dominant, we're too strong, we're too this, we're too that. And again, I really think that it boils down to roles, right? I think that, a lot of people nowadays don't really conform to a gender identity. And if you don't and you're watching this, I'm sorry, I don't mean to offend. But I feel like gender roles play a huge part in how this world is perceived, or how we perceive the world, rather. And like, again, mentioning the whole buck breaking situation and, white men performing homosexual acts on the biggest, strongest black man, in order to, demasculize him. That was happening all over the plantation. What were they doing in opposite of that? They were empowering the black woman. So, we have this big, strong black women who I can do everything and I can do whatever. And that's another huge thing. Black women don't tap into their femininity because we were so caught up and brought up on being the strong black woman, which is why I also made another video of Stop Calling Black Women Strong, which I will link up top and down in the description. But the point I'm trying to make is they were demasculizing black men, empowering black women, and then like here we are now trying to figure out our new roles in this dynamic and everything like this. So when we are dating, there's a certain expectation like of, oh, you ever meet a black person like, oh, you're so calm. Well, did you expect this? You get what I'm saying? So when, you know, you're dating interracially, there is a certain level of like fetishism that goes into it, because she's ready for you to whip out your BBC, and the white man is ready for you to, you know, do whatever his fantasy is. But, you know, again, love who you love wins, right? That's what they say. You know, I'm here, girl. I'm gonna be in the comment section getting ready to, you know, getting my popcorn out. Do not come crazy in the comment section because it will get blocked and deleted. Again, it will get blocked and deleted. Okay, so leave me a comment. Let me know what you guys think. You know, I'll be in the comment section watching because I'm a lurker. That's what I do. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up if you like this type of content. As always, I'm sending you much love and much light, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.